Blue Tech Forum brings people together. There's many things we can do virtually. That's wonderful. The digital world's been incredible. There are some things that you really do better in person. And I think when people really show up as human beings, and we're playful with this and creative because we really want to bring those kind of warm collegial relationships that will lead to that collaboration, that trust. So we've introduced a lot of newer elements here where we're bringing people to build an aquatic ecosystem raft where they're getting their hands wet at least, planting plants, and we're delighted that's a legacy project we've left behind here in Vancouver. The Blue Tech Forum is a very diverse community. It's grown over the years. We always have technology companies, investors. Increasingly we find that corporate water end users are a big part of this. Their moonshot targets they're setting are extremely ambitious, and they know that to get there they have to collaborate, and they have to collaborate with the supply chain in order to do that. So we're delighted to see them here. Water utilities, entrepreneurs, investors. We've had more investors here than ever before. We're seeing a new wave of investors coming into water, quite focused, quite educated, quite informed, and that's fantastic to have that kind of smart capital in the room. The highlights in terms of the program have been how well the audience is engaged with an innovative format. We're taking some risks with this. We're pushing the envelope, and people are really responding really well to that and saying, we love the fact that we come away inspired. We love the fact that it's interactive, that it's varied. Someone used the word eclectic. I think that sums it up because we've had networking walks in Stanley Park. We've had our innovation showcase sessions. We've created an aquatic ecosystem raft. We had a future scenarios visioning workshop to imagine what the future could look like for the optimized city, the optimized home, the optimized catchment. And people actually had to create that with, art materials, and they did. And they were, incredibly funny and creative at the same time, and also very productive. I think where you are has an effect on your thinking, how you feel, your creative mode. We all know places where we go and we're going to feel more relaxed, more creative, and one of our visions over the past number of years has been to host the event in settings that are inspirational. So we've held our event in Kew Gardens in London. One of the wonderful things about Vancouver is you have the mountains as a backdrop and the ocean. So it's a beautiful natural setting, and it inspires exactly what we're trying to think about here, which is how you can be regenerative and live close to nature but in harmony with it. Next year's Blue Tech Forum will be in Edinburgh in Scotland. So it's again a beautiful iconic city where you have the mountains are right there, Arthur's Seat, and yet the city has an incredible amount of history. So you've got the castle nestled in there with the modern parts of Edinburgh. So it's a wonderful setting, and we're looking forward to hosting people there. It's a city I love. 2033, this is our 10-year anniversary Blue Tech Forum. So it evolves and it continues to evolve, and part of it literally co-evolves with the people that are here in terms of that community. We're responding to where we feel the industry wishes to go, and we then are facilitators in that. I think what we've picked up from this event this year is that there's an absolute appetite to want to think about our picture in the world, our place in the world, how water relates to climate, how does water show up in conversations around climate change. We can decarbonize the water sector, but we have a very important role to play in terms of leaving more water for nature by being more efficient, by recycling water in homes, reusing water in cities, closing the loop in industrial system. When you do that, you help cool the planet, you hydrate the land, and that's where I see our role in the broader picture of the next 10 years is where it's going to be very important. Brave Blue World is a storytelling initiative, and when we thought about what would be meaningful to follow that up with, we thought about a film about the human connection with water, the very deep connection that we all feel, whether that's a sense of place where we're from. The rivers that run through our cities identify us, they anchor us, and they link us to the past, and they are also a bridge to the future. And water also has a spiritual element to it as well, that taps into deep underlying belief systems that resonate very deeply within us. And we thought if we can explore that and relate that to people, they will then look at water in a way that they will want to value it, they won't want to pollute it. And we're excited to be launching our new film, will be called Our Blue World, in partnership with the World Wildlife Fund, DuPont Water Solutions, the Water Environment Federation, AB InBev, and hopefully many others as that journey evolves. Well, the Blue Tech Forum has always been known for bringing together the brightest technical minds in the industry, scientists, engineers, investors, entrepreneurs. Also, people come to be inspired, and I think we've all been in lockdown for a number of years now, and we wanted to bring something different, something unique, that if people are going to travel and they're going to leave home, they'll go back with something different that they didn't get or they wouldn't get anywhere else. So we invited one of the world's best-known leading anthropologists, Wade Davis, a biospherician, Mark Nelson, who's had a unique experience, Sarah Ichioko from Singapore. And the idea with this is, yes, we cover all the bases in terms of technical engineering, but there's another side to all of us. There's a human side, and there's a broader context in which all of our work sits. And we wanted to explore that broader context so that when we go back, we feel that sense of connection, yes, to each other, but also to a broader community in which we're involved and connected to. The message we've been receiving from delegates is that they're excited, they're energized, they're committed. There's an absolute appetite here that people are looking at what's happening in the broader world. They're looking at where they sit in a position of influence, where they sit within organizations, in the case of the large corporates that can literally change the world, and with the solutions providers that have the solutions and the ideas and the innovation. They all want to make a difference. And what they're looking for BlueTech Forum to help provide is that way of continuing to tie together their organization and articulate a voice that we can bring forward to events like Davos, COP27, the United Nations Water Summit.